What's going on, y'all? Okay, so now we're gonna talk about fitness and fasting. So fitness and fasting is extremely important and essential. Why is fitness and fasting essential? Excuse me. It's 20% of the work. You already did 80%, right? You're focused on the nutrition. Now you're a little bit more conscious about organic eating. So this is extremely important for us to dominate the fitness portion. But let's do functional fitness. Let's not go to the gym and have to do a PR every single time. Let's not involve ourselves in these high octane events that are continuous on a day-to-day basis, which means that you don't give your body the enough or adequate rest, right? It's important for us to rest. We have work, we have day-to-day life, we have responsibilities, we have all types of stress. Our body is gonna go to a complete regenerative process, but we must continue to go to the gym. Yes, continue to go to the gym, but once you start to change your diet, once you start to change your consciousness about healthier foods, about the options that are available for you, the options that aren't available for you, it's extremely important that we recognize that fitness is 20% of this journey, of this mission, right? Being able to go to the gym is a blessing. Yes, you want to have strong muscles. Yes, you want to have definition. But a lot of people go to the gym because they don't see results. A lot of people continuously go to the gym, have the same routines, talk to the same people, have the same energy drinks, have the same shirts, have the same sayings, have the same trendy, cultural, deeply rooted paradigms, right? Outdated thoughts, ideologies that keep them in a box. And it's very important for us to eliminate ourselves from that box now that we've changed our nutrition, now that we've changed our consciousness on our food, the 80%. So now let's just go to the gym. Let's fine tune ourselves. Let's actually focus on push-ups. Let's focus on pull-ups. Let's focus on something that is very basic, something that can be just like balancing on one leg, balancing on your right, balancing on your left. It's important for us to build a solid foundation. And at the same time, it is extremely important for us to literally focus on the 80%. Forget about the 20% for now. But since this is the fitness and fasting section, let's talk about fitness and fasting. Okay, what is the routine that you're currently in? Are you in a bicep push-pull day, leg day? You're doing the same thing over and over and over. Let's talk about how we can make fitness fun, right? Let's actually make fitness fun. Let's make going to the gym not have to feel like a job. Let's make it feel like physical education class, right? Like being on recess during your middle school ages, right? During your kindergarten ages, right? If you can remember this far behind or far back. But let's go to a time to where you practice a sport, to where you woke up every single day and you were excited to go to practice. Let's do the same thing in the gym. Let's be creative. Of course, now that we've neutralized our stomach, right? This is going to provide clarity with our brain in order for us to do new things, in order for us to feel comfortable and confident to do new things. If that's playing basketball, if that's playing volleyball, if that's getting involved in a gym that involves boxing, right? If that's doing Pilates, if that's doing something else that is more entertaining, right? If you need to involve yourself in a community, then do it. But don't adopt the culture. Don't adopt the identity that comes with this culture, right? Make sure that you are your authentic self and just go to have fun and leave, right? You don't want to stick around. You don't want to be that person. No. I understand that it could get lonely when you go down this path of perfecting your microbiome, right? This is a very uncommon thing to do. It is not common for you to focus on your nutrition. It is not common for you to go to the gym. It is not common for you to look fit nowadays. This is erroneous. If you are not fit, then you are normal. But if you are fit, you are not normal. So let's have fun in the gym. Let's go to the gym and incorporate a fast routine. 40 minutes, that's all you need. Eliminate the cell phone, eliminate all of that. You don't want any of that distracting you. If you need to pick a playlist before you get there and just let the playlist run. Don't have to look at your phone in between sets. Better thing to do in between sets is breathe, dance, literally. Jump rope, right? Keep your brain active, but keep a conscious breath. Keep a conscious breath for you to understand where you are in the process of your fitness day, of your fitness date, right? Just keep it to 40 minutes, 45 minutes, you know. You want to be able to get a good stretch in, at least 30 to 40 minutes stretch in. If you guys give me 30, that's pushing it, but it's very important. I believe that stretching is extremely important. Foam rolling is extremely important. Self-releasing your tension while in the gym is extremely important. Once you focus on recovery, right? Once we focus on nutrition, fasting, recovery, and fitness, let me say this, that once you incorporate the 80%, which is the nutrition aspect, right? Once you got that down packed, you're already eating well, you're gonna start seeing that you're losing weight, your body doesn't look so bloated, you don't have sugar gut is what it's called, right? You feel like you're well rested, you have good energy, good. Now you're gonna go to the gym. Now you go to the gym and you incorporate the 20%. So this means that you're gonna go ahead and give me 30 minutes in stretching, basic stretches. Just get on the turf or wherever. There's a mat anywhere, whatever. Do some yoga, do some stretches on your legs, on your arms. Make sure that you're out of that, cocoon, because you've been laying down, you were sleeping, or whatever the case may be. You jumped out of bed, you didn't even stretch, you went straight to brush your teeth because you had so many responsibilities. So keep in mind that this can accumulate on your body and it can be extremely detrimental. So it's very important for us to stretch as soon as we get to the gym. Take your time, breathe through the stretches. Yes, breathe through the stretches. Breathe. Extremely important for us to breathe through these stretches, okay? Once you start getting acquainted with the food and now stretching, now you're gonna only have to literally put in at least 2 to 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps, right? That are gonna stimulate whatever muscle you're working on, and you're gonna feel the definition. You're gonna feel like you did a great workout. You're gonna feel like you've had a good enough workout. So switch it up, do a full body, boom, boom, boom. You don't have to focus on your biceps today only. No, keep it nimble. You wanna be able to move. Like if you're getting prepared to go to the army, to go to war, because life can be or feel like war, right? You have bullets coming this way, bullets going that way. You have to dunk, dive, dip, dodge, like the movie says, dip, dodge, or whatever the case may be, duck, dive, dip, ditch, whatever, dive or dodge. And the point is that, yes, you're gonna wanna stay active in the gym. You're gonna wanna incorporate high intensity workouts. You're gonna wanna be able to do burpees. You're gonna wanna be able to do push-ups. You're gonna wanna be able to jump up, you're down, to the floor, up, back, left, right, run, sprint, do this, boom, boom, boom. Work out like an athlete is what I like to call it, right? You wanna be able to incorporate this as soon as possible. This is gonna be a lot more fun. You don't need a plan, people. You don't have to plan every single workout or every single thing in your life. You can just go to the gym, pick up a weight, swirl it around, look up, down, do the extensions, the same movements. If you had a machine, right? If you had a weight, just do that with your body weight. Do some push-ups, right? Do some pull-ups. Focus on planks, on getting your core right. Sit-ups, right? You want to do some L-sits, hanging L-sits. You want to go ahead and do some V-holds, right? You want to do all types of exercises that you can do and train with your body, right? We want to focus on the small muscles first, right? Which are the visceral muscles, right? Which are the muscles that maintain the stability and your posture in your body, right? Then we can move on to the big, large groups, the big muscles, the biceps, the pecs, the backs, right? The lats, I said the backs, the lats, the hamstrings, the quads. We want to obviously work these out, but we want to build a solid foundation. And this must start from zero. I don't care how long you've been in the gym. Let's focus on flexibility and mobility. And this is going to be due to a loss of stability, a loss of stabilization or a loss of foundation in your body, because you've been pushing too hard, because you've been pulling too much, because you've been lifting too heavily, right? You've been running marathons for years and you're putting so much stress on your body that you don't give it time to calm down and relax and be okay. So you want to be able to do this at the gym, but provide yourself with 40 minutes of intense, high intense workouts, even if that means just doing a general routine, but quick. You want to be quick. You want to be quick. You don't want to be in the gym all day. You don't want to be in there 2 hours. Some days might need 2 hours. Some days might not need 2 hours, right? It's up to you. You get to choose, but make it quick. Make your heart rate stay in a pump, 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 pump. You don't want your heart to, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You want to be able to keep it at a rate where it's boom, 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 boom. This is very practical. It's going to be able to, it's going to facilitate you to grow more muscles, to stay locked in to your routine, easier results. No, not that much wait time, so you're going to be in and out of the gym. This is something that is very, very important. I see a lot of people in the gym on their phones. You go alone, you say that you were there, but you really didn't accomplish anything. You didn't leave with a sweat. You left with no sweat, and that is not okay, right? It's not okay. But I will say this, as soon as you start to eat healthier, as soon as you start to eat cleaner, and once your whole body has transitioned, now you've incorporated this more than 6 months, and you're practicing organic eating for 6 months, and you've been practicing fasting for 6 months, your body's not gonna need or sweat as much as it used to. Your body is gonna be balanced. It's gonna be at equilibrium. It's gonna know when to use, when to discharge or waste. It's gonna know everything. So you just gotta listen to it. You gotta pay attention to it. You have to be conscious about it, right? So it's important for us to focus on fitness and just do that with 20%. Play sports. You can substitute days like walking in the park, going for a run with your family or partner. You don't always have to go to the gym. There are alternatives. You can work out outside. You can do some CrossFit, safely, please. There's just so much you can do. You can ride a bike. You could ride a stationary bike, right? You can really just pick and choose. You don't always have to strength train, and you don't always have to do cardio. You can always mix and match, or you can do both at the same time. So it's very important for us to recognize this as well. Fasting is going to be one of your most important tools. For me personally, I don't eat until after I go to the gym, or at least I don't have solid foods like eggs or bread or anything like this until I am done with my workout. Some days I wake up and I want to eat before I go to the gym, no problem. But my fast starts as soon as I go to sleep, of course, right? So like at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I stop eating, and then it can go from 9 p.m. all the way to 1 p.m. the next day, and I feel fine. I don't feel any type of dehydration or anything like that. Yes, if I do get hungry throughout that period of time, I'll go ahead and I'll eat me a banana, or I'll eat me a fruit, right, to keep my body with the proper nutrients, right? But it depends on your goals. I'm 171 pounds. I'm at 7% body fat, and I don't lose any muscle. I actually have to watch what I eat now because I eat so clean. So once you eat clean and you just, let's say that you eat one meal that is out of your regime, or you eat multiple healthy, clean meals throughout the day, you're gonna feel the difference in your body. The energy is gonna change. Everything is just gonna shift. So I just wanted to let you know that it is extremely important for us to be conscious of this, okay? So fasting is a very spiritual practice as well. It is biblical for us to fast, not to fiend over parasites, which is technically sugar, in my personal opinion. So keep that in mind. Yes, fasting is great. Do your research on fasting. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. That is what I am here for. I can provide you with a, actually it'll probably be in the section, so don't even worry about it. I'll just go ahead and be prepared and provide you with a cheat sheet, okay? So let's talk about that. So we did the fasting, we did the fitness, okay? So now let's talk about having fun, right? We want to have fun throughout this whole process. We don't want it to be a boring process. We want to keep ourselves engaged, but we want to keep ourselves entertained at the same time. So continue to do what makes you feel happy. Continue to be disciplined with yourself in order for you to achieve your goals, but be disciplined to the point where you are okay doing what you want to do because you are doing it because you know that you are going to get rewarded at the end. So do it with intention, do it with love for yourself, and don't worry about anything else. 80% is the nutrition, 20% is the fitness. Let's stick to functional training or training like an athlete in this case. Just stretch, right? Just stretch, people. Just stretch. Focus on flexibility and mobility. If you need to learn about flexibility and mobility, it's easy, simple. Just learn how to stretch. Butterfly, one leg down, hold, right? Cross your arms, stretch. Over the head, stretch. You want to be able to stretch your whole body. Just hang off a monkey bar, right? Hang off of the pull-up bars. Just hang. It's really good for spinal decompression. You want to be able to incorporate your whole entire body. Now, remember, if you read the book, the first section, it talks about all the systems of the body. So you want to be able to focus on all of your systems of your body. Most importantly, when we're doing fitness, right? You want to focus on your muscular system. You want to focus on your skeletal system, which are your bones. You want to focus on your digestive system. What are you hydrating yourself with throughout the whole entire course of this fitness session, right? You want to be able to stay so conscious that you feel everything in your body, and it's not easy, and I'm not going to lie, but as soon as you start to learn about it and hear about it and talk to yourself more about it and witness it throughout the gym, I promise you, throughout the cultural paradigms and ideologies that come with these places or locations, you want to set yourself free, but coexist within these walls, right? These walls in this world that we live in. So fitness is extremely important. You don't have to overdo it. Please eliminate, please, Dios mío, I must let you know, please eliminate so much, right? And this is just a fact. Eliminate the energy drinks, people. The energy drinks must stop. They are so detrimental to your heart. It's not even funny. Like, imagine if you had a heart rate that was 80, which is normal. Well, sort of normal, right? Or 60 to 80 is normal. Let's just keep it in ranges, right? And you're doing exercise and you're reaching your max, which is like 140 when you're doing high intense workouts, like heartbeats of 140. So that means 140 beats per minute, right? So which is pretty intense for the human heart, right? It pumps all that blood, boom, keeps you circulating, boom. Now imagine taking a supplement that multiplies that by 50. Let me let that sink in. So now you're not pumping at 144 at max, you're pumping at 240 or at 300, right? And I could have over-exaggerated, but the sugar rush that your body goes through, your bloodstream consumes, your heart starts to pump, boom, 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 boom. Could cause arrhythmia, which means it could cause, like missed or skipped beats is what I really wanted to say. Skip beats, tung, 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 tung. Tung 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 tung. People, this is a really serious thing. Once your heart is done, what are you gonna do? You're dead, literally. So let's be conscious enough to focus that we don't need any of these ultra high processed energy drinks that are just gonna blast our system with energy that we don't need. We just need to eat clean. We just need to hydrate with water. If you want an organic pre-workout or an organic energy drink, get some organic limes, cut them in half. Sprinkle some Epsom salt, sprinkle some Celtic salt on top of it, or some pink Himalayan salt, straight to the mouth. If you want to put a little dab of honey on top, you can. But either way, dab to the mouth, boom. Suck the whole lime, organic lime, boom, 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 boom. Swab it through your mouth and watch the energy. And this is organic energy, okay? Don't overexceed yourself, as lemons are acidic, especially if you're coming off of a fast. But just know that it is okay for you to do so. No harm at all. This is all organic. This is all natural. At the end of the day, our bodies and our lives should come from ancient, good, healing times. You know, back in the day, there wasn't all these supplements and drinks. And, you know, back in the days where people were extremely healthy, right? They looked like figures. Like if you look at Greek mythology, or if you look at European cultures, right? Where they have all of these famous Michelangelos with the abs and all the people, and especially the women when it comes to Greek mythology, the goddesses, right? They were all slim and beautiful, and, you know, so keep that in mind, that these were actually designed based off an idea, based off of a human being, based off of a real-time person. And, you know, as we transition into modern times, or actually as modern times have arrived and we continue to live in modern times, let's focus on just being okay. All right, let's focus on just being okay with who we are right now. Let's focus on balance. Let's focus on choosing knowledge and wisdom over ignorance, right? Over paradigms, right? We want to be able to focus on these thoughts, and we want to be able to do it clean. We don't want to do it where we feel forced. No, we want to be able to do it because we know that it's good for us. So just like anything else, if you knew that playing this number would help you win the lotto, I'm pretty sure you would play that number so that you can get the millions. But it's very important for us to stay sane. It's very important for us to stay intellectual, and it's very important for us to stay humble. This way, if we stay humble, we are able to catch ourselves and tell our ego, like, hey, I know that this might seem not normal right now, and you might feel like an idiot, but I know what I'm doing. So trust me, ego, on this. Back down, sit down, shut up, and let me do this, okay? So, you know, not so aggressive, but just to add a little bit of humor in there. Fitness is 20%, 80% is nutrition. Fast, people. Get rid of all of that. The average human being in the United States currently has 20 pounds of excessive waste in their gastrointestinal section, meaning that you have 20 extra pounds of shit sitting in your intestines that isn't able to travel to be able to be wasted, right, in feces. So just be very conscious of what you're doing. I hope this section really provides you with some insight. And if you have more questions, definitely reach out to me on any single platform that you might think of. I am on all of them. My resources section will have how to contact me. And of course, thank you for listening to this masterclass. It's very important for us to continue to stay locked in with ourselves. And I am excited for me to provide this information to you through my perspective, through my lens, and what helped me. Okay? Fasting is going to promote better sleep. Fasting is going to provide your system with relaxation, essentially rest and digest. And you're going to be able to understand how to think with clarity. So love yourself. Don't be over-consuming. Don't overtrain. And just allow your body to adjust and adapt to nutrition. Nutrition isn't easy, right? It could be tedious. It could be too much work to say, but I promise you that there are resources out there, and I hope for you to definitely look at my list that helped me, and I'm still alive. So let's stay alive, let's stay healthy, and let's stay fit. All right? So let's do this. And if we do this fasting, the results will come faster. So enjoy yourselves. All righty now. Bye-bye.